Starting in September of 1921, a group of British flight instructors and support staff traveled to Japan to train Japanese pilots and technicians in the relatively new field of naval aviation. Led by William Forbes Sempill and called the Sempill Mission, Japanese crews were trained on carrier operations and torpedo bombing. The decision to aid the Japanese would come back to haunt the British as global alliances shifted over the next 2 decades, and on December 7, 1941, Japan launched a crippling carrier-based attack on American naval forces at Pearl Harbor, followed by a blitzkrieg-style naval and amphibious offensive across the greater Pacific region. One of the main objectives of the Japanese offensive was the unprepared and lightly defended resource-rich Dutch East Indies. While the Japanese armies stormed Java, Sumatra, and Borneo, carrier-based planes took to the skies and on December 10th moved in to attack Prince of Wales, Repulse, and their escorts known as Force Z. The Battle of Malaya was a resounding victory for the Japanese and a crushing blow to the Royal Navy. Allied naval resistance ended on March 1, 1942, with the loss of HMS Exeter at the Second Battle of the Java Sea. Next, the Japanese High Command looked further west to the Indian Ocean. On March 31, 1942, the powerful combined fleet under Admiral Chuichi Nagumo entered the region and began operations. His mission was to strike at Allied shipping, the air bases at Ceylon, as well as disrupt lines of communication and supply in the region. This area had strategic importance for the Allies, as reopening the Burma Road would provide an overland supply route to Chinese forces fighting the Japanese, thus tying up 1 million-plus Japanese troops and preventing them from being redeployed across the Pacific. Nagumo would not be operating alone. In a rare example of military cooperation with the Empire of Japan, Nazi Germany sent armed merchant cruisers as well as multiple U-boat wolf packs to hunt Allied merchants in the area. Charged with the defense of the East is the newly organized British Eastern Fleet. On March 26, 1942, Admiral Sir James Sommerville arrived at Columbo, assumed command of the fleet, and began to plan for operations in theater. His command consisted of Task Force Able, based out of Columbo, centered on HMS Hermes with heavy cruiser Cornwall, light cruisers Celadon and Kardok, and destroyers Vampire and Isaac Swears. Based out of the secret base at Adu Atoll, heavy cruiser Devonshire, destroyer Scout, and light cruiser Jacob Van Hemskirk will be protecting the only fleet carrier in theater, HMS Formidable. Rounding out Sommerville's command, Task Force Lifeline will operate behind the lines. They will be responsible for bringing food, fuel, and munitions to the ships fighting the battle, a practice which will soon be known as underway replenishment. Will Sommerville and his forces be able to hold off the Japanese advance and prevent them from achieving their strategic objectives? Or will they suffer the same fate as Force Z and be utterly annihilated? Let's find out. Hello, and welcome once again. J76NY here, and welcome to the first episode of a brand new War on the Sea series. We are going to be playing the Royal Navy in the Indian Ocean. This is the Defense of the East campaign. Before we get to the strategic map and I lay out my plan for the series, at least starting out, I want to give a huge thank you to the developer of the Indian Ocean mod and the Dutch East Indies mod, Yort. He did make available to me some additional features of the mod that he has created, which should add a level of challenge to the mod that wasn't there before. Some of those changes are AI torpedo detection, meaning they can see the torpedoes the same as the player can, and they move to evade. There are submarine camera restrictions now. Torpedoes that hit ships at over or under a 20% angle are subject to deflection. Subs come with visual depth indicators. There's random torpedo deviations to reflect what historically they were experiencing. AAA fires at surface units now, and also ricochets. But the biggest change is underway replenishment. You can now resupply your ships as long as you have engineering supplies and fuel on ships. That's what Task Force Lifeline is going to be used for. So a huge thank you to you for not only making these new features available to me, but for creating this awesome mod and giving War on the Sea more content. I know there's a lot of people out there that love watching War on the Sea, a lot of people that like playing it. I am one of both. So thank you very much for all the hard work you have done. This game is probably one of the best naval combat games ever made, and you've kept it going for a lot longer than it probably originally would have. Right now we are looking at the HMS Formidable. Formidable is, like I said, stationed out of Adu Atoll. Historically, the Japanese didn't know about Adu Atoll, so it was kind of their ace in the hole in terms of the original campaign. I did read a book called The Eastern Fleet and the Indian Ocean by an author named Charles Stevenson. It was the really first thing I've ever read, or any type of research I've done on British operations in the Indian Ocean against the Japanese. It was a very very good book, very informative. I would highly recommend it. Now, if you are a returning viewer, and I know there's a lot of you that are here on my channel for War on the Sea, welcome back. Thank you very much for your continued support and your patience. Uh, I know I took a bit of a hiatus from War on the Sea, and it was a little bit longer than what I was originally planning, but I had to take a break. War on the Sea was starting to get a little much for me towards the end of the Pacific campaign. So I took a little bit of a break, but now we are back. We are with the British in the Indian Ocean. If you are new here and would like to follow along through our campaign, hit the subscribe button, and you can join our little War on the Sea community we got going on here. We do have a heavy cruiser in this group, the Devonshire, as well as the light cruiser Jacob von Hemmenskek, and I'm going to butcher a lot of these names, so bear with me on that. And destroyer the Scout out here. We did start the campaign with just shy of 300 command points, so the task force that I put together are kind of limited, but for right now, it is what it is. Sea lanes open up at 200 sunk ships, so we'll see how that goes. So this is the start of a new campaign. It's the start of a new series. As always, comments and likes do help with the algorithm and the exposure on YouTube and are greatly appreciated by me. I look forward to hearing from all of you guys in the comment section below. I really do appreciate the support that I've gotten over the last several years that I've been doing this, and War on the Sea has been a centerpiece on my channel the whole time. So let's get this started. Okay, so here we are, March 27th, 1942, day 0 of our campaign. We are in possession right now of Bombay. That is our main base, our only level 5 port. It's a level 4 airfield. Cochin, level 3 on both the port and airfield. There's 800 troops, 600 supplies here. Columbo, where we can spawn ships. We can spawn at Bombay, Columbo, then the super secret base that's hiding behind this little icon here. That's Adu Atoll down there. 1,400 troops, 800 supplies. Trincomalee over here. Madras. Most of these bases have 500 troops, 500 supplies. Kakanada, Okanada, and anyone at all would like to spell that out how it's pronounced in the comments, I will not be offended at all. I'm not going to try. So you let me know how to say it so I don't butcher it. Up here we have Calcutta, 1,400 troops and 1,000 supplies. Port Blair down here with 500 troops, 500 supplies. It's a level 2 port, level 0 airfield. Down here, Adu Atoll is a level 3 port and a level 2 airfield. So we can repair here. Here and here. So what I would like to do is, obviously this is going to be just starting out, primarily a defensive battle. Port Blair over here would be the place to focus the resources to build up the airfield. I'm going to try and build that up to as high as I can get it. But being honest, seeing how close it is to the Japanese-controlled territory here, there's a good chance that's going to fall very fast. And with no air cover, there's not much I can do to prevent them from landing anything on here. Down here, we do have Task Force Baker with the formidable inner escorts. So we are going to... let's manage the cargo real quick and see what we can bring. Not sure we can actually bring anything. Oh, we can bring a... Alright, well, better than nothing. We're going to bring 152 troops and the 59 supplies that we can carry on this task force. We're going to come out here and come up like this. Taking a look at the weather, I know the Indian Ocean does have a monsoon season, although I'm not entirely sure when that is. You could probably look it up, or you could let me know, whichever happens to come first. But we do have some pretty rough seas here. Sea state is 7 in these two areas, 6 throughout. There's a 7 up here. I don't think I've ever actually seen a sea state of 7, so I may have to check that out. What we have available to us in terms of air, we've got 6 martlets and 6 fulmars. Obviously not a offensive aircraft. Here we've got 6 Hurricanes, 6 Fulmars, 4 Swordfish, and 4 Blenheim Mark IVs. Columbo is probably Hurricanes, Fulmars, and Catalinas. Madras, Mohawks. I mean, that's some type of fighter, and we've got some Blenheims over here. Level 0, so nothing there. We've got Walruses and Catalinas up there. Already checked this one. Blenheims. How was that? Wapiti. Then at our main base of Calcutta, we have a lot less than what I was expecting, but we've got Hurricanes and Blenheims here. Blenheims don't really have a very good range. All right, so that's what we have to work with. Sea Forces at Columbo. We've got Task Force Able with the Hermes. Let's see if we can grab some stuff here. Yeah, we can grab some. So we'll grab troops. Now, the thing is, I'm not entirely sure if when we get our weekly shipment of troop supplies and all the other good stuff, if it comes just to Bombay or some of these other bases. I'm assuming it's probably just to Bombay. So I don't really want to strip our forward bases of everything that they have. This group here, we're going to send you out through this. I'm going to try and make a pass at Port Blair and try and get them up a little more defended and a little more built up. Task Force Lifeline are... let's see. 1,100 supplies. I don't want 53 fuel. No engineering here, which is unfortunate. So, Task Force Lifeline is going to have to go back up to Bombay. Task Force Base 1. That's going to be what I'm going to use to build and resupply for the time being. The limit on the command points Being what it is, I had to put together, I don't want to say offensive forces, but they're going to be doing the fighting, and I had to put together some supply convoys too. All right, so up to Bombay you go. That'll take forever. Lifeline's going to go up to Bombay as well. That'll take a little bit longer, and then they're going to come back down. I'm probably going to keep them within range of what we have for air cover in this area right here. Cable's going to move out. There. Now what the Japanese have is Singapore is their main base. They have a level 2 and a level 3, level 2, level 3, 1 and 3, and level 2 and a level 3 here. Victoria Point's a level 1 and a level 2 and a level 3. Bangkok level 3 and a level 4, level 1, level 3, and 2 and 2. What we need to do in order to win this here, it is vital you defend and protect our Far East Fleet, ports of Columbo and Trincomalee, and fortify the strategic base at Port Blair. Japan is unaware that Britain, they don't know about Adu Atoll. Reinforce our forces on Burma by building a rank 5 airfield on Port Blair. Okay, so we have to build a rank 5 on Port Blair. And take control of Rangoon and Akyab and hold these. So we have to hold, do we have to hold Calcutta? No, we have to hold that one, that one. Trincomalee, which is here. Okay. All right, so we have to take Rangoon and Akyab, which here's Akyab, here's Rangoon. 5 fuel, 5 engineering, and 50 supplies per ship. That's, I believe that the same numbers apply to the underway replenishment as they do at a port here. Cargo ships and oilers will now offload fuel and engineering in batches of 10. All right, yeah, so 5 fuel, 5 engineering, and 50 supplies per ship resupplied. Okay. So that's what we're looking at here. So I am going to make a pass at strengthening the garrison at Port Blair. But we'll see what the Japanese have in mind for our plans and how they are going to go about ruining them. Task Force Baker has the first encounter of our campaign here. Formidable, Devonshire. I could only assume this is a submarine attack. So I am going to get these guys split up. We're going to have them start maneuvering pretty drastically here. Have you turn like this. Scout, I want you to come back around. Last thing I want to do is lose my carrier right off the bat. So Devonshire is going to head off in this direction. Formidable is going to maneuver in a circle. Yeah, so looking at the sea here. Sea state of 7. That's what a sea state of 7 looks like. Of course, we have the retreat timer at 360 seconds, which is something I'm going to have to get used to after not having any retreat timer whatsoever in the Pacific. Just make sure we don't have any type of mishaps here. Looks like we may, if we're not careful. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure what we have inbound here. I want to make sure these guys don't collide. It was kind of close. Alright, Formidable, I want you to come out. Oh. Scout, you're going to come south, just in case the sub is out here. There's no... Scout's the only one with any type of sonar, which is not good. Turn you back to rejoin the fleet. Scout's going to head south. Formidable, head south. Devonshire, head south. Torpedoes in the water. Alright, Scout, time to maneuver. Okay, let's get you turned this way, you as well. Scout's coming up. Highly doubt we'll see any type of periscope in these waters. Scout, you gotta turn, bud. Or your sonar isn't going to be very effective if you're sunk. This could be bad. Cannot see the torpedoes at all. There they are right there. We should be okay. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we dodged the torpedoes. Get Scout up here. I'm going to race her ahead for a little bit. And then slow way down to let our sonar do what it can in a sea state like this. If we pick them up, we pick them up. If we don't, we manage to evade the torpedoes. So if we detect them and move in on the attack, I will be back. And pick them up. I'm okay with. At least we evaded the torpedoes, but I think in a sea state of 7, scouts' capabilities of picking them up on sonar are almost none. That was down here with Task Force Baker. So they do have submarines operating down in this area. It's something we're going to have to keep in mind going forward. I did launch air patrols out of everywhere, basically, that I could, including the carriers, scouting missions, and whatnot. And the submarine encounter is the only thing that I've seen so far. So onward we go. All right, it looks like the Japanese are about to bomb Port Blair here. We have nothing to put up in the air, so let's see what happens here. Yes, they did. Port Blair bombed by enemy aircraft. Literally nothing I can do about it. Update, we have the Hermes and Task Force Able making their way over to Port Blair. Our supply convoys are almost up to Cochin, so they're making a little bit of progress up to Bombay. And Task Force Baker is... I changed their course, brought them a little further north. We're going to bring them out, have them head right into Port Blair. See what we can... It's going to be 27 hours, so about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on the 29th, Hermes will pull into Port Blair, drop off the little bit of supplies and troops that we have, and then pull back. Same thing for Task Force Baker. All right, they were making a move on Calcutta as well. One of our Hurricanes spotted flight of Japanese planes. We actually have 5 more Hurricanes that we can deploy. So we are going to do that. We're going to get them up. Have them engage whatever this happens to be. They're probably going to try and bomb them. And Calcutta has a level 2 and a level 2, so I'd like to keep that as is. Like I said, this is probably going to be a defensive battle, at least until we can get enough of a force together to where we can go for anything. So, defense of the East, indeed. Okay, we do have contact. We have bombers moving in on Calcutta. We've got our Hurricanes. Make sure they're not all going for the same target here. Have 2 of them split off and go for this guy. This flight here. Right, they are going 178 miles an hour. Let's slow down a little bit here. What's the fire? I forgot. 1. Alright, we managed to damage 1 of them. Alright, pick that speed back up. See how these guys did. Not very good. We gotta slow down. Stay in behind them. We're not doing bad. Oh, we just lost a hurricane. Here, go ahead. Attack him. Where are you going? Our hurricanes aren't doing very good here. Drop our speed so we can stay behind them. Last little shot of ammo here. Oh, we're out. Alright, you can get out of the area so you don't get shot down. There's one. Wish they weren't so focused on the one individual plane here. Alright, let's... Alright, let's turn around. Why don't you guys go in for this guy? Let's get you slowed down. That's a little late. Almost got him. Alright, go after him. Okay, this hurricane, I don't know where you're going. We got targets. Lost another hurricane. Ah. He's gonna pass right in front of us. Almost got him. We'll get one of these guys down. Might lose all of our hurricanes in the process, but... Let's go for this guy here. Lower your speed a little bit. Wish the chase camera would just stay where I put it. Actual chase. Got him. Alright, number 4 is the one that's out. Only got 3 of them left. Well, another hurricane down. Slow down. Alright, pick your speed up a little bit and catch up. Really don't have a whole lot of ammo left, so... He's smoking now. Please stay where I put you. Alright, close the distance a little bit. And he's out of ammo. Alright. Well, our 2 Hurricanes are all out of ammo, so these guys are going to continue on their way and quite possibly bomb Port Blair, which is not good. So, guy dropped down, way down to the deck. Alright. Alright, with Calcutta's reduced air wing, they were bombed. So now we are short 3 Hurricanes. They have no engineering or fuel to replenish them, so these definitely a challenge. Supply management is a must in this situation, especially with these guys going so slow. So, all right, we are going to see what happens next here. 2:30 in the morning on day 1. They have possibly a CV, 2 BBs heading towards Port Blair. I think they're probably about to land troops. Literally nothing I can do about it. Yep, they bombed Port Blair and landed troops. Not a whole lot, but they did land troops on Port Blair. Abel's going to be the first one in there once we can launch planes. Let's see. We got our walruses up. Let's see what we can, what else we can put up here. From Hermes. We got 1 walrus with 261 miles of range, which is, may possibly put them out here. All right. Let's see. Hermes, Swordfish, 204 miles. Wow. We're going to have to get a little closer before we launch any type of offensive strike on that group there. Hermes doesn't even have anything, any type of air cover to protect themselves. It's not good. All right, we'll see what we can come up with. Another bombing run on Port Blair. Calcutta here. Got our 2 Hurricanes that we have left moving in on the attack. Just going to have them open up on them. I don't think we're going to have much luck here. Wait. Sounds like we got one down, but a lot of planes for our Hurricanes to deal with. Oh, hello. We're going to move in here. Almost kind of wondering if this is even worth it. Shoot him. Yeah, not gonna let me shoot. He's already out of ammo. Alright, buddy. You can go. Where are you going? Oh, they're hitting the deck. Trying to get away. We can get at least one of them down. Why don't you attack the one right in front of you, bud? Slow down, slow down. Come on, one of them. There we go, there's one, and you're out of ammo, so feel free to leave. So these guys are gonna cause some more damage to Port Blair. Yeah, there's not much I can do about it, to be honest with you. 2 hurricanes. We are with Task Force Able as they maneuver to dodge float planes that are dropping, I'm assuming they're going to be dropping bombs. Little bombs, but still capable of causing damage. Isaac Swears, let's have you like this. I think they might be going for, well, they're not going for Cornwall. Get you, let's get you up to speed here. I'm going to run you right in front of Hermes as she makes her turn. Celadon, I want you this way. Vampire as well. Take a look here. Yeah, we have inbound floats. Let's see if we can get any of them down. We got one of them down. Blaze lighting them up. Bombs are away. See if we manage to dodge their drop. Luckily we did. We almost got hit by the plane we shot down. That leaves one of them left. He's going to make his way out. Unless we can get a lucky shot, he's going to get away. He's going to report our presence. So now the Japanese know that we have a less than powerful and less than defended carrier in the area. We're almost to Port Blair, too. Before the day was up, Hermes came under attack once again by an armed float plane. Luckily managed to dodge another attack. Unfortunately, the Japanese were not done with HMS Hermes, this time sending torpedo bombers in. Well, Kardec and Vampire come about and try and intercept the torpedo bombers before they reach the group. Isaac Swears slows in order to close ranks with the Hermes, as Task Force Able attempts to avoid disaster.